Hey everyone. So we talked a little bit about in another video about coming out to our kids. And you know what? This is kind of similar to that. This is something I discovered after I came out to my kids. Okay, after I'd been out to them for a while. Is you know what? When it comes to this kind of stuff, to I guess you could just say queer stuff, you know what? Kids don't really care. Older kids do. Like my son, he was like in high school or something. He would have cared. But the younger generation, they really don't care about if somebody's gay or transgender or whatever. I mean, my daughter was telling me, you know what, Dad, nobody cares. I have transgender friends at school. And I'm like, you do? How do you know? Did they tell you? Well, no, I just know by what he says. And she describes some of this particular kid's behavior, and I'm like, wow, yeah, I can see that coming out someday. I don't know. Okay, and then there were other kids that she knew at school that were gay, lesbians, close friends. And she's straight. It's just not a big deal. And my son, he's a boy, and he was telling me the same thing. He's like, yeah, honestly, Dad, um, I mean, I don't recommend just showing up to school in fem to pick your kids up unless you have their blessing. Some kids may feel uncomfortable with that. But my son was like, honestly, Dad, I don't really think my friends would care. That's just not something kids care about in my generation. They just don't care. If you're dressed a little nerdy, if you're feminine, if you're gay, whatever. And we're talking elementary school here, okay? They just don't care. And so sometimes I think we need to approach our children with caution when it comes to this part of ourselves, and don't just assume. But at the same time, ladies, you know what? I think that we probably have a lot less to fear regarding our small children than we think we do. Because for the most part, that generation isn't really homophobic or transphobic or any of that stuff. They really can care less.